to the Home Depot SEC on CBS. This afternoon, the Alabama Crimson Tide hosting the Volunteers of Tennessee. And when you hear the lyrics to this song, there is no doubt there's a home game in Tuscaloosa. A quick look at the SEC East standings. Tennessee in the middle of the pack. But despite those two defeats, there's still a path to Atlanta. They do need some help. Out west, Alabama has one loss. That was here against Ole Miss. They too need help, but they can get to Atlanta as well. Hi once again, everybody. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson. This is the 98th meeting between these two old foes. Jacob Coker, Gary, did not start in that one loss. He came on in relief, and by the style of his play, seemed to have earned the respect of his team.
Absolutely. I mean, first of all, with his arm and also with his leg and his toughness. I think early in this year, people at Alabama were saying we got to manage our quarterback. This is his team, and I think he's proved he's good enough to lead them to a championship, no doubt in my mind.
Last time we saw Tennessee 2 weeks ago, they overcame a 24-3 deficit to Georgia, and this was the go-ahead play. They won what seems to be a very significant victory. Josh Dobbs being congratulated by his coach. The celebration went on long after the game. Now the question becomes, can they sustain that kind of emotion? They dropped the game to Florida earlier in the year. It seemed to propel Florida forward. Can the same thing happen to Tennessee?
I think you're right on with that, Vern. I mean, this team could gather that juice. They've had all those close losses, but in this game, you know, there's a lot of theories of how you got to play Alabama. Hurry up, no huddle, hot quarterback. You better be tough enough to play Alabama, and in this game, that's going to be their quarterback as well. Joshua Dobbs has to take that football and show his team that he's willing to get the tough yards and break tackles like he did in this Georgia game. Get this, I think he's going to have 50 touches in this game. At least 20 of them runs, and a player he's going to have to do it at quarterback. I think he's going to have to run for 100 yards, and no quarterback has ever done that to a Nick Saban team at Alabama.
Now Joshua Dobbs will attempt to do that before a crowd in excess of 102,000 people. Let's check in with the third member of our team. Here's Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Vern and Gary. The off week could not have come at a better time for this Tennessee team. The Vols were so desperate for a week off that head coach Butch Jones said, if we would have had to play last weekend, I couldn't have fielded a team. Now that may be a little dramatic, but they did use the extra time off to put together a very productive week of meetings and practices. Alvin Kamara told me they worked on correcting the small things, fundamentals of blocking, defense leveraging the ball, and technique. Once the fundamentals come together, Cameron Sutton put it best. It's all about going out there, having fun, and playing together. The mindset that he told me got them the win against Georgia 2 weeks ago.
All right, Allie, thank you. Overcast skies, but a very comfortable day. It's 81 degrees, and the wind out of the south, 5 to 10 miles an hour. Alabama won the toss. They have elected to defer, so Adam Griffith will kick off. And Evan Berry, 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns this year. That's number 1 in the FBS schools. Here's one of them. He breaks out. He's got 2, 1 of 88 against Western Carolina, and then he opened the game against Arkansas by going 96 yards. Josh Dobbs coming off perhaps the best game of his career. This season, 58% completion percentage, 10 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions, and he had a magnificent game in the win over Georgia.
Yeah, he has to have a game like he had against Florida as well, though. That great defense Florida has when he ran for over 100 yards. In my mind, he has to be the lead running back in this game.
Jalen Hurd gets the handoff and comes left. and runs into resistance by this outstanding Alabama defense. Cue the cow. Let's introduce you to the Chick-fil-A starting offense. Curbison, Wiseman, Jack Jones, and Chance Hall. Both freshmen came on for injured players last week and acquitted themselves really well. First pass is complete. That's Vaughn Pearson who gets the start today. And that's a gain of 10 and a first down. Defensively for Alabama, we'll get to that after this play. Hurry up offense for Butch Jones. Dobbs.
It is.
Oh, he gets a good block. And he weaves his way across the 50 and fights for another first down. Tennessee, Vaughn Pearson with the block.
Tennessee will go hurry up on any successful play. Kirby Smart said every play they have in their offense has a quarterback run attached to it. That's how difficult it's going to be to stop this running. He's basically a single wing running quarterback.
That was a gain of 22. Dobbs under pressure, throws it out, it's complete. This is Vaughn Pearson again, and quickly we'll check the Alabama defense. One significant at nose tackle, Jaron Reed moves in against the 3 receiver set. Minka Fitzpatrick, as you remember, 2 interceptions for touchdowns at Texas A&M last week. Alvin Kamara is on at running back. Quick flip, caught on the deflection. It's Kamara, and he goes for a first down. There's a loose ball. Kamara with a 20-yard gain.
Boy, this was almost like, I'm not going to try to make a mistake here if I'm Tennessee. Throw it out there, and poor tackling. Boy, when you see Reggie Ragland arm tackle Kamara, then you got to wonder, does Alabama have their focus?
That was a gain of 20, and here's the handoff to Kamara again. And let's check the Tennessee Verizon red zone stats. 20 touchdowns on 32 trips inside, just above the national average. Here's Reggie Ragland having an all-SEC year, if indeed not an all-American year. Second down and 10. Jalen Hurd. Now the running back, number 1. Dobbs, right side, up in the air, incomplete. Intended for Marquez North, who missed the last 2 games with an injury, and he's only caught 4 passes this year. Let's go down to Allie LaForce.
Guys, Eddie Jackson went into the tent with quite a limp. He came out of the tent without one. He walked over to the sideline, stretched his calves, his legs out a little bit just to get loose. Now he's going to do some jogging just to see how he feels, but much better than when he went in.
Third down 10. Pearson in motion. Blitz threatened. Here's Dobbs rolling out. Nailed. Reuben Foster gets a sack. That's 2 in the game already, 24 for the year.
One of the challenges for this Alabama defense has been handling the bunch passes. Tennessee and offensive coordinator Mike DeBoer gives them the motion across, and then they go a bunch route, but Alabama handles it cleanly. Nowhere to throw, and one of the tough things of going against Alabama is getting to the edge. They're probably as good as anyone in college football at defending the edge against an offense.
Aaron Medley, 9 of 14 for the year, as you can see. This from 43 yards out. That's going to be wide right. So an 11-play drive comes up empty.
Yeah. You know, they had, I think if you're Tennessee, though, out of the 11 plays, they had 8 really good plays. You just got to take something from that and move on.
Butch Jones, 3rd-year head coach, Tennessee. Alabama about to get the ball offensively for the first time in the ball game. Jacob Coker started every game save one this year. He's a graduate of Florida State, transferred over. He's getting his master's degree in marketing, and he has played well, exceptionally well in the last couple of games.
He's probably the most improved player, or at least the most improved quarterback in the league. If not he, it's Joshua Dobbs. I just expected more from Dobbs from what he did at the end of last year. You can see what Dobbs is on. He's a handful.
Here's Coker. He's had 6 interceptions for the season, and he's really played, I think it's safe to say, better on the road than he has at home.
Well, all his interceptions have been at home.
Yeah, well,
I think that might be an argument.
That was my point. Derrick Henry behind Coker, and a modest gain. Let's check the Alabama offense on the Chick-fil-A. Cows a little slow today. Chick-fil-A starting lineup: Robinson, Pierce, Baker. Ryan Kelly missed the second half last week. Concussion. He has been cleared to play. Coker flips it out into the flat. O.J. Howard. Tennessee's defensive unit. And they're somewhat susceptible. Lewis, Vickers, Williams, Darren Kirkland, true freshman. John Jancic, the defensive coordinator, told you he and Bynum need to play well today.
Yes, they're bigger linebackers against this power attack. You know, it's not the spread, chuck and duck type offense. They're going to come right at him.
Third down 5. Take it into the flat. Go deep. Whoa, ho, ho, ho.
Oh, there's going to be a penalty on it, though. Was it 12 Mosley? Was either?
Yes.
10-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
John McDade in his first year as a referee in the SEC.
Yeah, here he is right there. That's where you're going to get the hold. It's Mosley, number 12. Once the wheel happens, he grabs him, or it would have been a big play.
That was intended for Mulaney. And so first down 10. Early moments of this 98th meeting between these two.
You know, Tennessee has heard all week, really 2 weeks, can they stop the power of Alabama? Can you stop the power of Alabama?
Can you stop the power of Alabama? Not on that one.
No. Listen, a lot of people have theories of how you beat Alabama. My number one theory is you better be strong enough to stand up in the line of scrimmage, or no matter what else you do, doesn't matter. Because if they can run the ball on you and grind you, sooner or later they're going to get the big play off the play-action pass.
That was a gain of 13.
Oh, bad throw.
Whoa. Darius Stewart goes up in the air and makes the catch, but
another negative play. How about that?
Well, Derrick Henry had an outstanding game a week ago, 32 carries in that one, and he has gone 12 consecutive games with a touchdown. 236 against A&M. Now Kenyon Drake gives Derrick Henry a breather. Second down and 13. Coker pumps once. Darius Stewart has it. Cuts inside. A missed tackle. Another missed tackle. And Stewart is out of bounds with an Alabama first down at the 36.
That was a great job by Jake Coker that time. He wanted to go deep. It was not there. He came to his drop-off. Darius Stewart makes, as Vern told you, a couple guys miss, and Kenyon Drake came back with a nice block.
Gain of 15, first down. Kenyon Drake caught for a loss back at the 50.
Jalen Reeves-Maven is the tackling machine. He leads this Tennessee defense with 56 tackles. That's 22 more than the number 2 tackler on this team. And in one game, remember the Oklahoma game?
Yep.
He had 21. That's the most in any college football game in the NCAA this year. 21 tackles. That's a high.
That was one of the 3 games that in which Tennessee lost a double-digit lead. Here's the snap. All day for Coker down the middle. O.J. Howard, he breaks the tackle. And he's very close for a first down at the 26.
Well, this Tennessee team is going to have to find a way to rush the quarterback. Last year they had 35 sacks. This year just 9. And if Jake Coker has the ability to do that,
yeah. Up the middle, Kenyon Drake.
You know, Vern, out at practice on that third down call, was talking to Kenyon Drake, and I was asking him, you know, how you feeling? How you feeling? Seems like you're pressing. He goes, you know, Mr. Danielson, and he knows my name. I don't like that, by the way. He says, the healthiest I've been all year.
Oh, really?
I don't like when these guys listen to what I say. They're not always right.
Well, he called you Mr.
Yes.
There's Henry back in the lineup. Look at him, great tackles. Touchdown, Alabama.
That is the same exact play that he scored a touchdown against Texas A&M. Beautifully blocked, and if you don't tackle him straight on, you're not going to tackle him. He's huge, 245 pounds.
Adam Griffith for the edge. Up and good. That's 32 out of 32 this year. 9 plays, 75 yards.
Pick out a lineman, I'll tell you that, but this block by the H-back coming across is really the key block. Doesn't have to be pretty, but you get those fits from the offensive line. The ball running left is the preferred way that Lane likes to go. He likes to run the ball at Cam Robinson, and he knows Ryan Kelly can handle the middle linebacker.
In that opening drive. This is Evan Berry. And let's get an update on Eddie Jackson. Here's Alan.
Thank you, Vern. Just moments ago, Eddie Jackson headed to the locker room. They had put him back inside the tent, put a knee brace on his right knee. By the way, it is not the knee that he previously had surgery on. The team told me that he was kicked, he was in pain. They didn't think there was any ligament damage, but then they sent him to the locker room. So I'll let you know as I hear more.
Okay, Allie, thank you. Volunteers moved it relatively easily on their opening possession, but the drive stalled, and a missed 43-yard field goal gave Alabama the ball. From the 25, after the touchback, here's Dobbs. The screen to the right, Alvin Kamara. He's going to be a highly motivated young man. He started his collegiate career here at Alabama, was injured in his freshman year, had a couple of off-the-field issues. Did not play that season, transferred to Hutchinson Community College. He played there 2 years, and now in his first year at Tennessee. Jalen Hurd up near the 33.
Yeah, there's going to be some kind of penalty at the top of the screen between Marlon Humphrey and the receiver. It might be offsetting. It's like a yellow card in soccer.
Well, yeah, a little more scoring in this game.
Yep.
Just a tiny amount. Third down 2. Hurd gets around the outside and drives for the first down up near the 45-yard line.
Well, there's been so much talk this year about Leonard Fournette, and obviously Nick Chubb and Derrick Henry. But, you know, Jalen Hurd is pretty much in that class himself. You saw he got to the edge. He's another 240-pound running back. And, you know, the way that Tennessee finished last year's game, maybe that's given them confidence. They ran well late in that game a year ago.
Jalen Hurd starts left, reverses, and goes right. And the tackle made by Reuben Foster, number 10.
Couple common denominators in this Alabama-Tennessee series lately. In the last 13 years, Tennessee has not been able to score more than 20 points in regulation play. How do they find a way to score? Number 2 is they have not run the rushing battle in this game since 2006.
Receivers stacked. Now they break, and there's a man across the backfield. Dobbs. Got it. Beautiful pass to Jonathan Johnson, number 81.
See, if you see Tennessee, they're running the ball just enough. Now the play-action pass is available. I don't think Tennessee feels great about dropping back in the pocket, but they sure feel good about the play-action pass.
First down 10. Kamara's back in. Dobbs comes left and strolls out of bounds in front of Foster.
Just another peek into Joshua Dobbs. Vern, if you throw out the Florida game when he had that great rushing game,
right, and
Tennessee should have won. In the losses, Dobbs has run as his starts 38 times for 32 yards. In the wins, 16 times for 98 yards a game. There's a big difference when he runs the ball well.
Oh, boy, did he take a pop at the 25-yard line. Reggie Ragland, who else?
Well, he's just the latest, as Vern told you, possibly an All-American. He's just the latest in middle linebacker U here. Remember, Rolando McClain, Dante Hightower, C.J. Mosley all preceded.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Fake the sweep, Dobbs.
Interference.
Intended for Ethan Wolf, and Ronnie Harrison, who's on in place of Eddie Jackson, was defending, and he might have defended it a little too aggressively.
Yeah, no doubt. He just got there a half step before the ball did. He read it. He knew where the ball was going, but he just got the collision before the ball did.
An automatic first down.
Listen, Ronnie Harrison's going to be a great football player, but this is going to be different for him, especially with all this misdirection and play-action passes that Tennessee will give.
Well, Alabama has squashed Tennessee in first quarter play. The last 3 times they've met is the run to the left of Jalen Hurd. By the way, Alabama is working on its 9th consecutive victory. Nick Saban, over the course of his SEC career at LSU and here in Alabama, where he's in his 9th year, is 10-1. He lost 1 while he was at LSU. Hurd looks for blocking help, doesn't get much. Reggie Ragland with the tackle.
Boy, one of the constants for Tennessee this year has been the health of their offensive line. They got banged up in that Georgia game and has caused a lot of changeover. Jack Jones and Chance Hall, 2 true freshmen, are starting this game, as Vern told you in the open. So far, they are more than holding their own here.
They're down 7. Dobbs coming to his left, drills it, caught, touchdown, Josh Smith.
Well, I don't know what Cyrus Jones was looking at on that one. He was stuck in the flat on that play, and there was leverage too. He had the ability to drop back and take this throw away.
That's 11 yards for the touchdown. It's the 2nd touchdown reception by Josh Smith this year. And now Medley on to attempt the extra point.
Tennessee can run, Tennessee can throw. They believe that in this game. Talking to Mike DeBoer, here's the route right here. It's a corner route. You just go there, and then you come off of it from there to there, and you've got the ability to get inside, and then in the flat. Cyrus, I don't know what you're looking at. Nobody there. You got the guy short covered. Take the deep man away. One little hesitancy, and all of a sudden that combo coverage breaks down.
Joshua Dobbs leads his team to the tying touchdown, much to the chagrin of the Alabama coach.
Here's Alabama's ranking when Tennessee played the game. 2nd, 1st, 7th, 2nd, 1st, 1st, 4th, and this is the worst team, 8th. It's the worst team they've ever faced. 8th ranked.
Well, Volunteer fans are not going to like this, but they've lost the last 24 games they played against top 10 teams.
Well, they're in this game.
Yeah, they are. They sure are. Kenyon Drake at the goal line. Kenyon Drake well beyond the 25-yard line. He's out to the 32.
See, I went 50-50. There's only 2 knees. I just went 50, took my chances. That's how I threw all those interceptions.
Yeah, you're really bold sometimes. First down 10. Oh my gosh. Calvin Ridley.
The flag was thrown, and Sutton's going, how can that be on me? I didn't do anything on this play.
Pass interference. Number 7, the defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Cameron Sutton going, you know how hard it is to cover these guys? I mean, last year I had Amari Cooper, and all he did last year was 9 receptions for 224 yards, 2 touchdowns. You mean they got another one?
They do. And a first down 10. Derrick Henry gets it, comes right, gets a block. Well, Calvin Ridley is a freshman. He's made quite an impact this year. 38 coming into this game, and take a look at a couple of guys who played fairly well here at Alabama.
Yeah, in their rookie years, and I use that term rookie on purpose because that's what they're going to be soon, a couple more years.
Yeah.
You guys are all NFL stars, and he will be too.
Ridley top of the screen on 2nd down and 6. Coker got it. Easy connection with Calvin Ridley.
Well, how about Jake Coker? I mean, you know, he had to wait a whole year to get this job. Blake Sims beats him out a year ago when he was supposed to walk in here. It's funny, we're talking to him. He said, I heard all the talk about me being a disappointment, and it just made me tougher and better.
Hand off. Oh, nothing here.
Another negative play.
Yes. Well, Coker, we spent, what, 25, 30 minutes with him yesterday. And his joy in being the Alabama quarterback is evident. He went to Florida State. He actually, in high school in Mobile, backed up A.J. McCarron for a year and then opted to go to Florida State, graduated, and took that avenue back here. He's 5 for 5 so far. From the side, Coker. Jalen Reeves-Maben was the first man there, number 21.
Well, if you can't rush him with 4, you have to rush with somebody else. And this time, Coach Jancic brings an extra rusher and beat inside. Boy, I'm surprised that quickly. A little game that time, and Cam Robinson could not handle the stunt.
3rd down and 20.
I think that's Ridley right there coming out of the backfield. It is.
Stacks up, top of the screen. Coker chased. Coker heaves it. LaTroy Lewis.
Well, they got to try. One thing about Lane Kiffin, he does try to feature his guys. You know, whoever the feature receiver is, but not enough time for Ridley to get across the formation. LaTroy Lewis, number 4, is the guy who put the pressure on.
That's going to bring on J.K. Scott, who was an All-American as a freshman a year ago with a 48-yard average. He started off really poorly this year, but the last couple of weeks.
Number 3, an eligible receiver, was in the area of the pass.
He has improved that mark. He's 42.6 for the year now, but was below 40 for the early part of the season. Cameron Sutton is back just in case. He's at the 10. Into the end zone. Cyrus Jones coming as Ragland dragging down the receiver out of the backfield, Jalen Hurd, and Reggie Ragland made a beeline to make the tackle. Well, we've reached the end of the first quarter. 7-7. We'll return to Tuscaloosa after this message and a word from your local station. We welcome you back to Tuscaloosa. Bryant-Denny Stadium, we begin quarter number 2. Score tied 7-7. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, Ali LaForce. Coker lets it go. O.J. Howard has been busy in this ball game.
It's the misdirection plays from the Alabama. When you run it just a little bit, you can pass it a lot. Another play action pass. Lane Kiffin does not feel good about his pass protection when they drop back and pass. So what does he do? Give him more play action passes.
Coker now 8 for 11 for 87 yards. Stewart gets the cross. That's the forward pass.
Oh, what a play.
Yes, that was a terrific play.
Justin Martin did a great job on that play. The corner earning more and more playing time for Tennessee. Junior college. He missed a lot of the preseason. Watch him. He gets blocked on the play and then gets up just well enough to throw it. Good block by Ridley.
Yeah.
But it's just a shade too early. I mean, nothing you can do about it, but what a play by Martin.
That limited the game to 4 yards. Second down and 6. Ridley top of the screen, play action. Coker cannot avoid the tackle. It comes from Derek Barnett. Had such a sensational season a year ago, but then he was opposite Kurt Magid.
Well, this Tennessee defense is doing exactly what Texas A&M did, forcing negative plays. That's the 3rd sack in the game, and they've had 3 other negative plays in the game, 6 in the first half.
58, 12th most in the NCAA. That was at the start of the game.
Yeah, they're climbing.
Yeah. 3rd and 12. Intercepted. Picked off by Brian Randolph. That is the first interception thrown by Coker, or the 7th rather, at home.
Total misread by Coker. He thought Brian Randolph was going to be playing too deep and go this way. Watch, right at the snap, he anticipates the play and does not even read his eyes. He's going for the fade throw. They baited Jake Coker into throwing the fade to the outside, and Randolph was right there. Give that one to the defensive coordinator, John Jancic. He set it up and forced the throw exactly where he wanted to.
The view from overhead, you see the symmetry of the stadium.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It really is. The additions under Mal Moore's leadership, the late athletic director, both the north end and the south end enclosed. Jalen Hurd is the running back.
A lot of Tennessee fans are wondering why not go hurry up 2-minute. I think Butch Jones says on the road. I might just do my Lane Kiffin imitation. Remember when Lane brought that 2009 team in here?
Yes.
Just slowed it down. He ran that ball that day 35 times, threw it 37, got it to the 4th quarter, and had a chance to win the game with a field goal. Do not want to make a mistake late in the half here. Alabama will take a timeout. They have 2 left after that sack, won't they?
Ashawn Robinson with the tackle.
Nick's going to play it very safe. I'm surprised. 3rd and very long.
Yeah. .44 seconds to go. .34. Hurd. Oh my goodness. Foot race knocked out of bounds and knocked down at the 46-yard line by Geno Matias Smith.
Well, evidently Nick Saban figured they'd miss a lot of tackles on this running play. Tennessee was willing to run the ball and run out the half. And all Jalen Hurd does is run through about 4 missed tackles and put him in a position for a field goal with 21 seconds left. Oh, he's got him wide open.
Yeah, oh, he did, didn't he?
Yep, busted assignment, I believe, by Alabama.
Josh Malone was down near the 20, and nobody in crimson was anywhere close.
Yep, Malone pops free on the thing, busted coverage, and it was wide open. And that's what happens when you start substituting. Now those combo things get a little bit harder to do.
17 seconds to go before the break. Dobbs.
Got it. I believe he stepped out, though.
I saw the cap come off. Yeah.
Whether he was pushed out or not will be what will be discussed. Did Ethan Wolf get pushed out, or did he step out on his own?
Illegal touching, number 82 of the offense. The eligible receiver went out of bounds on his own and came back in bounds as the first to touch the forward pass. The penalty places the ball back where it was snapped with loss of down. Third down.
He's in the slot on the play. He's right there. Let's see if we can see if he was shoved or not. Comes out. No, I think that's a good call. He was not forced out by Ragland on that play. He just inadvertently stepped, probably his heel on the line. A quick pass and a timeout gives you a shot for a field goal.
Third down, 5. Left side, Clark. Marquez North. 4 seconds to go.
Well, the key play was Hurd's run. When he broke those tackles, it was a third down play. Alabama was going to call timeout and put some pressure on the punter. All of a sudden, he busts a long run, 29-yard long run on that play, and that changed the complexion of this drive.
Aaron Medley will be next. Life is filled with second chances. Here's Medley's second chance. Oh, no. Sometimes second chances.
That's like the guys I play golf with. Even on their mulligans, they miss.
Let's get down to Alley.
Coach, you were having some words with the officials. What's bothering you?
It's just a hard-fought game and two teams trying to get a win, but we've really been behind in field position the second half. We've gone backwards with some pre-snap penalties, but proud of our kids because they're grinding it out right now and obviously get ready for a big second half.
Your team succeeds when Josh Dobbs runs the ball. He was feeling some of the pressure of Alabama's pass rush on those last few plays. How do you continue to put him in position to succeed?
Well, we've been behind the sticks and we've been behind the field position. If we can get a manageable second, third down, we'll be okay. It's all about first down efficiency.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
You know, Vern, after I think he comes in and looks at the stats and sees like his team has a 100-40 rushing advantage, I think he's going to say, never mind. We're playing great, and we are in perfect position to steal this game.
End of the first half, 7-7 the score. Now let's go to Adam Zucker in our New York studio. We welcome you back to Bryant Denny in Tuscaloosa, 7-7. Moments ago, Allie LaForce with Nick Saban.
Coach, not the start offensively that you're used to seeing. Jake Coker sacked 3 times. How will the second half be different?
Well, you know, we're having too many negative plays on offense, and they're all coming on pass plays and pass protection when we got places to go with the ball, but we can't get it there. So we got to do a good job of running the football and controlling the line of scrimmage. We got to play better on defense, too. This didn't play our kind of game in the first half.
Speaking of defense, we saw 2 safeties in Eddie Jackson and Ronnie Harrison leave the game. Any update on their status?
Well, they might be able to play. We're going to see how they are right here.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
And so Alabama will get the ball. They deferred after winning the option, and here we go. Aaron Medley with the kickoff. It's Kenyon Drake. He'll take a knee. And I wonder when the last time Alabama was held 40 yards rushing in a half.
That's a good question. It's starting to shape up very much like the Arkansas game. After Alabama on the road won a big game against Georgia, they come home. Arkansas pushes them right to the end.
Right.
Win another big game on the road, come back. Alabama doesn't have juice. And as you mentioned in the open, Tennessee does. That win and that week off really looks like Tennessee believes they can take this thing to the house. And their schedule, if they win this game, they're sitting pretty nice.
Well, they come in with 2 defeats in SEC play. Alabama has not led at the half at home.
How different would Tennessee look had they not allowed Florida to have that 4th and 14?
Yes.
Be a whole different viewpoint of how we looked at this football game.
And that, of course, was the game winner on 4th and 14. Callaway scored. Well, let's take a look at the Jake Coker pass chart.
I think the most important thing you see here in this game is nothing deep. That has been what Lane Kiffin has always been able to produce, a deep ball. Little, dinks and dunks. And the way they're not able to run the ball, Alabama I'm talking about, you don't give up the big play deep. Brandon Randolph is doing a great job. He's playing very deep safety, almost 20 yards deep.
Now he's out of the frame right now. To the right side. Derrick Henry. Opens. Well, we've seen this before, haven't we? Nice tackle to save a ton. That's Ladero McNeil. The gain is 12.
You're so right. This time it's the zone to the left again. Nice block inside by Dominic Jackson. The tackle came across and got a cleanup block. But you're right. One saving tackle. That play doesn't kill you. It's when they bust the long ones. That's what kills you.
Up the middle, Coker finds Ridley. Push in the back, but no flag.
Now this was a short pass. When you're having trouble with your offensive line, what do? You throw the ball short. Good block by Derrick Henry that time on the blitz from the second level. When your running back steps up and gives the quarterback an opportunity to throw it, something good is going to happen.
That's 4 catches in this game for Calvin Ridley, 43 for the year. First down 10. It's caught. Should be enough to move the chain again. It's Richard Mullaney.
When I was watching Mullaney out at practice, was wondering about his hip. And it was twice in practice that he had to kind of wobble off after just catching a pass. So you can see he doesn't have the deep skills, but he has the intermediate skills to catch the ball.
Oh, watch out. Wow. O.J. Howard makes his 5th catch. Cameron Sutton with the tackle.
See what happens, Vern, on 1st and 15, Tennessee plays pass. When you play the bootleg on that one, they are not faked by the running fake. They went right at the quarterback. And if Jake Coker doesn't get his head around, it would have been a sack. So that's what the first down penalty did, is force Tennessee to play quarterback defense.
2nd down 15. On the play clock. Play action. Coker deep. Ardarius Stewart has the catch.
What happens is Jake Coker is looking to the sideline. Lane Kiffin says, go with the play. Always out when the ball's in the middle of the field, Kiffin is always signaling in to Coker to say yes or no or change the play.
Corner blitz. Coker gets rid of it. It's O.J. Howard with his 6th catch of the ball game, and he moves it at the 1-yard line.
Little slip sneak from the opposite end. Now should they run Henry? Will they get fancy, or will they go for it on 2nd down here?
Well, there's Henry alongside Coker. Nothing at all.
Now 3rd and medium. We were talking about Arkansas success in that game. Alabama ran the ball 46 times in that game, Vern, against Arkansas. They gained just 134 yards, just 2.9 per rushing attempt. Tennessee's having a similar start in this game.
Third and goal. 7-7 game.
Match up at the bottom. Ridley against Sutton.
Coker will throw it. Drills it. Knocked away by Cameron Sutton.
And this was basically the play that got intercepted in the Super Bowl game for Seattle. They pick, they rub. Watch them rub out. Mulaney rubs. In comes Ridley. And Sutton almost does the exact same thing as the New England Patriot player did. This time just got his hands on it. Same play.
So Adam Griffith, who has had an up and down season place kicking, will attempt a 19-yarder. He is 8 of 14 for the year.
How soon I forget that guy's name? Malcolm something?
I was searching.
Butler? Is that it? He only won the Super Bowl. I mean, how long are you going to remember that?
Well, it wasn't on CBS. This one will be. Alabama takes the lead 10-7 opening drive of the third quarter. Volunteers have lost 8 in a row. Back during the Philip Fulmer years at Tennessee, when that guy named Peyton Manning was playing, they dominated in this series, but not so much lately. Griffith on the run at the 4. Evan Berry. Look at him step out of the tackle. Oh my gosh, what effort. That's one reason he leads the country in kickoff return average. 39 yards per return.
I think this short pooch kickoff was by design. And when you kick it to Berry, he has made tremendous plays. And this time he again breaks tackle after tackle. You know, Nick Saban was asked at his press conference, are you worried about your team being tired? You haven't had a bye. And he goes, no, I don't want to talk about it. You can't talk about it. But I tell you, Alabama is missing a lot of tackles in this game. And sometimes that can be a sign of a tired football team.
Dobbs, a lot of time. Comes left, incomplete, intended for Kamara.
Yeah, it was a kind of a gimmick play, a little bit of a gotcha play, but Geno Matias-Smith had nothing to it. He stuck with his keys, got his man, and there was nothing to do but to throw the ball away.
Butch Jones, third year.
Vern, this was a big, important drive for Tennessee. Alabama had, going into this drive, had run 16 plays in the second half. Tennessee only 3. This is an important drive. They're building it up and helping their defense rest.
Second down, here's Dobbs. Keeps it, moves it to the 40. Reggie Ragland with another tackle, number 19. And for Joshua Dobbs, he had 17 yards on one of his first runs. Subsequently, 11 carries for 12 yards. He's been kept in check.
Let's see if Timmy Williams, number 56, can make a play. He has been a beast lately on tape.
3rd and 6. Quarterback draw. Stiff arm. First down, Matias-Smith.
Well, it was a great block that sprung him, and I think it was freshman Jack Jones, 66, that kicked him out on the play. Yes, it was. The freshman. They knew Timmy Williams was going to tee off on the quarterback, and it was a great call by Mike DeBoer, the offensive coordinator for Tennessee.
Mike DeBoer, in his first year as the coordinator, he was once the head coach at Central Michigan, and his offensive coordinator there was Butch Jones. First down, 10. Dobbs, Kamara.
They start Kamara on one side of the formation, slip him out the other side, gets in the secondary, and he is a big man. Kamara is their second leading receiver coming into this game. So Alabama should not be surprised that they love to throw the ball to him.
First down, 10 after that 18-yard gain. Here's Jalen Hurd. And Minka Fitzpatrick, the freshman, made the tackle.
Well,
final 14 seconds, third quarter. We were tied at the half, 7-7. The only score in this third quarter, a 19-yard field goal from Adam Griffith. That was on the opening Alabama drive of the game. Tennessee trying to break an 8-game losing streak, and they must be encouraged by the way they've hung into this game.
I would say so.
That's the end of 3. 10-7. Crimson Tide will return to Tuscaloosa right after this message and a word from your local station. And we welcome you back to Bryant-Denny in Tuscaloosa. We begin the 4th. 10-7 Alabama. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, Allie LaForce, and Tennessee with a 2nd down and 8. This is the 11th play of this drive. It started at the Tennessee 10. That's Kamara in motion. Dobbs, nothing this time. Reuben Foster with another outstanding defensive play. 10-7. I don't think most of us saw it this way.
No, but a lot of us thought that this was going to be the month that Alabama had to show that they could take the schedule. They had 4 big games in October. Georgia, Arkansas, Texas A&M, and then it finishes up with Tennessee before the bye. They knew that this was going to be the test, and why Nick Saban would not allow anybody to even talk about them needing a bye week.
3rd down and 10. Blitz. Up the middle comes Foster. Dobbs elusive, pulls up and fires, and it's dropped by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Those were pick sixes a week ago. There's no reason why this one couldn't been taken the opposite direction again. Does it look familiar? Kyle Allen overthrows a crossing route. Minkah Fitzpatrick drops it. He could have been going the opposite way. I thought maybe it was tipped by Wolf, but it was not. That is perhaps the 3rd interception that Dobbs has dodged.
Aaron Medley will try one from 51. He has missed 2 in this ball game.
And a mulligan.
And this is going to be wide right.
Well, let's just say this. They're not chip shots.
No.
I mean, you could look at the kicker all you want, but they're all have been outside the 50-yard line.
Here's Medley. He had a mulligan in the first half. He hooked that one wide left. This one, he pushes wide right. No reaction from Butch Jones. Well, there's a man with diverse interests in this game. There's the athletic director, Bill Battle. He was the coach at Tennessee. First of all, he played for Bear Bryant here and was a member of the 61 national championship team. Succeeded Doug Dickey at Tennessee. And then he went into private business. And to say he did well is to say that they wear crimson and white around here. And he came back to his alma mater when Mal Moore became so ill. Calvin Ridley, number 3. Bill and his wife Mary in their 3rd year back in Tuscaloosa. Good man.
The story of this game has been that Alabama can't find the 2 things they've been able to do to everybody. They can't pound and ground, and then they can't play action and explode a touchdown. Tennessee has took both of the big play opportunities away from Alabama, the running game and the passing game.
Yep. Right side, O.J. Howard. Thank you, 1st down 10 on that last reception. Here's Coker. Corey Vereen, been a real presence. Well, Baylor, first time in a long time they didn't score 60. News and notes, Nick Chubb, knee surgery last Friday. It's going to be a long road back, but he is expected to make a full recovery. Memphis, how about Mike Oresco, the commissioner? Well, he's a friend of all of ours at CBS. He must be popping his buttons right now with 3 undefeated teams. Henry. Well, you could kind of see that one developing. Gain of 10.
Remember that on the first play, they throw an incomplete pass, but on second down, Ardarius Stewart, number 13, gets a great block on the edge. That's what allows Derrick Henry to turn upfield and make the first down.
Well, you saw Brian Randolph, and Gary has pointed out that he's playing 25 yards deep.
Yes.
First down 20. Safety sneaking up. Oh, yes.
Yep.
Ridley to the 14, maybe the 13.
Well, last time, remember, Justin Martin won the back shoulder throw. This time, Calvin Ridley wins the back shoulder throw. That's just a tough life out there on the corner. You can't stop that play. He's forced one into coverage when he thought he had a safety in the middle as Ridley goes out. But, boy, that was as pretty a back shoulder play as you could have.
6 receptions, 73 yards for the freshman. Henry, the running back. Goes right to the 10. They're working on the clock as well.
Well, that's why I thought Tennessee's last drive was so important. You know, they managed to get off, 10 or 11 plays before that interception opportunity. But, boy, Alabama comes right back out and with a great mix of plays. Actually, they've overcome a couple penalties.
Yes.
And survived. Jake Coker has made one bad play in this game, but he's more than held his own. 19 for 24.
Cam Sims has replaced Ridley. He's wearing number 7, bottom of the screen. Well, this time they're waiting for Henry, and they jammed him up. Demaria Mixon, number 40. And let's go down to Allie LaForce.
Vern, Ridley was shaken up on that last play. He came out of the game. They took his helmet off. He pointed to his left temple. They massaged his head a bit, but then they put his helmet back on quickly, gave him some water, and said he's good to return.
All right, Allie, thank you. So he is back on the field now.
Huge stop for the Tennessee defense. Holding Alabama to a field goal and making it almost a 4-down offensive game after this.
Cameron Sutton up to check Calvin Ridley.
Go man-to-man.
Into the left corner. That's overthrown. And Richard Mullaney was the intended receiver.
They ran it off the slot this time. Tried to get the little rub fade to the outside to Mullaney. Rub fade handled well again by Tennessee.
Adam Griffith comes on. He is 1 for 1 today. That was essentially an extra point attempt, but it counted 3, of course. And Griffith missed his first 4 field goals this year, but has made amends. This is from 28. Cooper Bateman, the backup quarterback, is the holder. Right through. .708 to go in the ball game. Alabama leads. Evan Berry, again a reminder, he's number 1 in the country in kickoff returns, averaging 39. He has returned 2 for touchdowns this year. Here's Griffith's kick.
Yeah, they're not going to try to pooch another one. They tried that once.
Yeah. Well, from the 25. Last win against the top 10 team back in 06, against Alabama 06, and against a West opponent. Look at the number of days involved in those streaks. First down 10. Dobbs back. Steps up, goes deep right side, man wide open. It's caught by Josh Smith.
How about that play? Crossing, play action pass. Alabama wants to pass him off, but Cyrus Jones is stuck with him the whole way. And Josh Smith, after we just showed you the 4th down catch, makes a 1st down catch.
27-yard gain. They're across midfield. This is Kamara.
You know, Josh Smith is an interesting player on this team. They've got all these 4- and 5-star receivers. But the player who catches the most balls when he's targeted is Josh Smith. He catches 3 out of 4 balls thrown to him. That's include bad balls, too. Anything his way, he's catching 3 out of 4. Pretty darn good.
Second down, 8. 6-point margin, 6:20 to go in the ball game. Dobbs back. Lets it go. Caught! Josh Malone fighting to the 11-yard line.
Well, if you were going to put on the tape and say who had the best game against Georgia besides Joshua Dobbs, you might say Josh Malone. He's the leading receiver on this team, and as Kirby Smart said, these guys are good. We recruited all of them. We know them all. What a throw. What a play. Here comes the blitz.
Indeed. Right side, Jalen Hurd in for the touchdown. They're an extra point away from the lead.
I think Coleman Thomas, the center, got a great block on the play. Everybody did a job, but I think the center got the touchdown block on the play.
Aaron Medley. Patrick Ashford holds it. How quick was that?
Now think about this. Tennessee runs to the right with 2 true freshmen on the field. Watch the center. 2 true freshmen to the right. They run the ball to the right. Ellis pins it, and then a nice block by the center. A great block downfield. That might have been half a little holding downfield. But Coleman Thomas got the block on Eddie Jackson, and that's what sprung it.
That was quick. 4 plays. Hurd from 12. It's 14-13.
Vern, that is the first lead Tennessee has had against Alabama in the second half since 2006. Right there. The last time they beat them.
Here's the kick. Kenyon Drake at the goal line. Kenyon Drake. Dropped at the 28. 5:43 to go in this one. Derrick Henry, the running back. Longest gain for Henry in this ball game. His first carry, 20 yards. Here's Coker. Ad-libs, gets a block. Second down, 11. The clock continues to unravel. 5:05. Corner blitz. Coker, deep right side. Battle for the ball. Caught by Ardarius Stewart. Huge.
Well, Ardarius Stewart had the big block on the one before. He comes back with the big catch, and Justin Martin has had a stop fade and a real fade hit against them.
That was a 29-yard gain. The longest play of the game for Alabama. Coker. Henry. Well, they've done a wonderful job defending him today. It's Derek Barnett, number 9.
Alabama has to keep their tempo up now. It's kind of a catch-22. Sure, you'd like to win on the last, well, if Peyton was running this, he'd run the whole thing himself. You'd like to win on the last play with the ball, obviously, but you don't want to leave too much time for Tennessee to come back. But you're also behind. You want to make sure it's not a one-possession game. A lot of thinking going on for Alabama.
Henry.
Stopped again.
Yes. That's Corey Vereen, who's been a big presence today. It's third down.
It has really been the story of the game. When you take away the sacks, this Alabama team has rushed for less than 140 yards in this game. Close to 40 attempts. They're doing exactly what Arkansas did to this running offense for Alabama.
Third down, 6. Ridley matched up, bottom of the screen. Coker looks his way. Ridley got it! He's been matched up against Cameron Sutton throughout the afternoon. That's a 15-yard gain on third down.
You've got a true freshman. Tennessee has their freshman. Alabama has their own freshman.
3:10 to go. Henry pounds up the middle.
Butch Jones starting to use his timeouts. 3 minutes to go.
The field goal kicker, Adam Griffith, we've mentioned an inconsistent year. He's hit 2 in this game, 1 from 19, 1 from 28, so in close.
Remember, Alabama in the red zone in the second half, 0 for 2, both field goals.
Second down 4. Henry up the middle, drives for a first down.
Running the ball left again. It's been the story of the game. Kelly comes up and makes the play.
.239 to go. That's Ridley in motion. They hand it off. They come left again. There's a block. There's a touchdown. Derrick Henry. Yards.
Excuse me, Vern. Alabama will definitely go for 2. Play. Cam Robinson, number 1. O.J. Howard, number 2. Ardarius Stewart, number 3. All 3 guys do their job. Robinson slams down. O.J. kicks it out. Ardarius Stewart gets the block in the secondary. That's how you produce a touchdown. Now the 2-point play. What do you do? They've tried the Seattle play. That got knocked down. They tried Derrick Henry to run the ball. That didn't happen. What does Alabama have? Anything up their sleeve?
First 2-point attempt of the year.
Kenyon Drake is in the game for a reason, it seems to me.
Here he comes. Coker back. Fires it. Incomplete. Intended for Ridley.
Well, Martin's gotten beat for a couple, but he did his job here. Ball was maybe a half a foot short to the inside, but that's darn good coverage against a skilled receiver. And Martin does his job. Justin Martin, hey, when you play that position, they're going to win some, and you're going to win some, and he won that one.
Alabama has reclaimed the lead. They are up 19-14 on Derrick Henry's 14-yard touchdown. 2:24 remaining, 19-14. Here's a question, Adam Griffith. Do you kick it to Evan Berry?
Kick it as hard as you can, but I know he's the happiest guy in the stadium that he didn't have to kick a field goal.
Boom. It's a good one.
Deep enough.
Yes. You're on today. Well, last time they had the ball, they went 75 yards in 4 plays. First down 10. They have 2 timeouts left, and they trail by 5. It's Jalen Hurd, and he doesn't get much. Try to rip the ball out.
Plenty of time remaining in this football game. Obviously, 4-down territory, 2 timeouts. Do your job. If you're Tennessee, get lined up right, do your assignments.
Ashawn Robinson hurries onto the sidelines. Here's Dobbs. Gets away from the defender. And it is caught by Josh Malone. Ball down. Catch made. This will be a first down.
Well, Josh Dobbs getting out of this. No one blocks the edge rusher in that time, Timmy Williams. But I thought this was going to be picked off again. And Dobbs wins the battle over Marlon Humphrey. That's 5 near plays. Tennessee has made them all.
Four-man rush, Alabama. Got him. Jonathan Allen.
I'll tell you, Jonathan Allen is playing the last 4 games like a future NFL star. He had 2 sacks last week, and he had a huge sack right there.
That's his 6th of the season. Tennessee calls time. Tennessee has 1 timeout now.
Got 3 tries to pick up 24 yards. Chip away at it.
Pressure. Fumble. Picked up by Alabama. Ashawn Robinson has it, 1st and goal. Crimson Tide. Ryan Anderson forced the fumble.
Well, the freshman Chance Hall could not handle Ryan Anderson. Tough assignment for a young football player. He comes around the corner, forces it in midair. Number 86, Alshon Robinson, picks it up, but the edge rusher that time makes the play. Alabama will take a knee. This football game is over.
Just think of what was at stake.
Oh, absolutely. That drive, we always know, it always comes down to one championship drive. There'll probably be another for Alabama if they want to win it. And I'll bet you in the press conference, Nick Saban says, we had a tired football team. Give all the credit in the world to Tennessee, but my team needs a week off.
Ole Miss plays Texas A&M tonight. The biggest Aggie fans in Alabama are the Alabama Crimson Tide.
I will say this. This conference has been dominated by the West the last few years. It's great to see Florida playing good football, and it's really nice to see Tennessee. I think they've arrived. These great recruiting classes that Butch Jones has put back to back to back is not going to stop. Their facilities are as good as anywhere in the country, and this conference, again, is going to emerge with a Tennessee that's a legitimate threat in the future.
3rd down goal. Let's go down to Allie LaForce with Nick Saban.
Coach, it wasn't always pretty, but when it mattered most, your offense put 7 on the board, your defense forced a fumble. What were you most impressed with?
Well, just the way the guys competed in the game, because it wasn't a pretty game for us. It wasn't one of our best games, but when we needed to make plays, guys made plays, and I guess that's what it's all about. It shows a lot of competitive character. So this is great for our fans, and I'm really happy for our team.
Jay Coker is standing right next to you. How impressed were you with what he did on that final drive?
Hitting those fades, man, they were great catches, but they were great throws, and they were playing us man-to-man and loading the box. He did a great job.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
Jake, you always have wanted to play for Alabama. Did this feel like a dream come true today?
Every time I get to step out here is a dream come true, to be honest with you. But today was pretty special. I can't even explain it. So
on that last drive when you needed a score to take the lead, what were you telling your offense?
Just, stay the process, do what you're supposed to do. And, you know what, Calvin and Ardarius, really the 2 balls I threw were pretty underthrown, and they went up and made great plays. And, man, I love those guys. They did a hell of a job today.
Are you ready for a week off next week?
Hey, I'm ready for whatever the schedule says.
Congratulations on the win.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
Wow. 19-14. Now Alabama will watch tonight and become the biggest Aggie fans you can imagine. We trust all of you enjoyed this one. For Gary Danielson, Allie LaForce, Craig Silvers, Steve Milton, our leaders in the truck, I am Vern Lundquist. The Ram postgame show is up next after these messages and a word from your local station.